me a wage journal, and everything's going to work exactly the same, except for the calculation of your gross wage. So what's important, I'm just going to make this nice and big. A gross wage, can you see it consists of a basic and an overtime. So that gross is your normal time, we call it norm, and overtime. And usually you are paid more for overtime per hour. It's because a wage, it's because a wage is calculated per hour. Now, norm time is 40 hours. So anything up until 40 hours you earn norm time. So now let's look. I've got blunt, sharp, and file. Now if I look, they tell me the basic rate, so if you look here, they say the basic rate for all workers is 40 Rand an hour. Workers who work more than 40 hours a week, and I don't have to tell you that the norm time is 40 hours because that's law. Okay. Workers who work more than 40 hours a week are paid at overtime 1.5 times the basic rate. In other words, 40 times 1.5. So that gives me 60 Rand an hour. So for norm time, they get 40 Rand an hour. Overtime, they get 60 Rand an hour. Now, another way they say it is they say he gets, if it's 1.5, they say overtime is time and a half. Please be aware of the way that they talk. So they can say to you, overtime is time and a half. Meaning, what is time? 40. What is half of time? 20. You see? You guys sharp? Okay. So, let's have a look. They tell me Blunt works 42 hours. So, 42 hours means he worked 2 hours overtime. So, I'm going to say 40 hours, 40 Rand an hour gives me 1,600. Overtime rate is 60 Rand. So he gets 120. Okay, I'm going slow again. I'm going slow. So norm time is 40 Rand an hour. Ne? And overtime is 60 Rand an hour. You all fine with how I got the 60? So now if Blunt works 42 hours, it means 40 hours is norm time, 2 hours is overtime. So the 40 hours at 40 Rand an hour gives me 1,600 basic. Basic is norm. Okay. So 2 hours is overtime. What does he get for overtime? 60 Rand an hour. So 2 times 60 gives me 120. So the gross, I'm going to take the basic and the overtime to give me the gross. So that's going to be 1,720. Yes.
Daylight robbery.
Let me make sure. Let me show you shop. Shop, they tell me, please stop talking. Shop, they tell me he works 38 hours. So can you see it's less than 40 hours? So for that 38 hours, he will earn 40 Rand. Because he hasn't worked overtime. Remember that 60 Rand is from hour 41.
So maybe he's not underpaid.
Yeah. So everything he worked was norm time. Okay.
Oh, like normal time, that's the
Yes.
end range. That's
Yes.
the maximum hours that you for normal.
That's it. That's it. Okay. So now I want you to see they didn't give you stuff. So I'm going to somewhere write it in. I've got payee. They say payee is 15% of the gross. Can you see he pays tax on his overtime as well? So 1720 times 15% gives me 258. Pension fund. So I write here pension fund.
Okay.
Yes.
By using the basic wage to calculate the
No. You have to read what they say. Because sometimes they will say basic and sometimes they'll say gross. Can you see this is of the gross? So it's the overtime included. Yes.
Isn't the one that's in deduction supposed to be pension and the one in contributions?
Okay, come again.
When on the other one, it showed that the one under deduction is when you do pension and then the one at contribution.
There's we haven't gotten to contribution yet. I'm still just busy with, I haven't read anything about a contribution yet. Okay. So if I read pension, they say 5% of the gross is deducted weekly from the wages, and we contribute R1.50 for every R1. So 5% of the gross, so 1720 times 5% gives me 86 Rand. Now, my pension fund contribution, they say it's R1.50 for every R1. So I'm going to say 86 times R1.50. So it gives me 129. Let me stop. Is everybody with me?
I am lost.
No, you are not. Just use your brain. They say to me, the 86, please stop talking. The 86 is 5% of the gross. They say the pension fund is, I take the pension and I give R1.50 for every Rand.
Oh, so just tell me about one.
Yeah, see, it's not that difficult, babies. You can do this. Stop undervaluing your brain.
Yeah, damn it, it's a bug.
Medical aid is compulsory. So now, Blunt is unmarried. So unmarried pays 35 Rand. So my medical aid is 35 Rand. The firm contributes a Rand for Rand basis. So here my medical aid is also going to be 35 Rand. Everybody shop with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
UIF, 1% of the gross, and tools pay the same amount. Round off. So UIF, 1% gives me 17.20 Rand. They say round off. UIF, can you see there's no STL with this contributions here? And STL is usually for certain types of businesses that's forced to pay it, like mines, factories. Okay. Trade union. It is compulsory for each employee to belong to tool workers union, and 15 Rand is deducted. So you say here union. And now it works exactly like the salary journal. I'm going to add the deductions. So I get 258 plus 86, 35, 17, 15. Gives me 411. The net will be the 1720 less the 411. Gives me 1309. The total contribution is 181. Okay, you're going to finish for me, sharp and fine.